This is Gary Atensi with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I am here at Key Events LLC, brand new for 2013. They have been specializing in women's workshops and interests. I'm with the founder, Eileen. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Why don't we begin, first of all, what brought you down this journey to basically get involved in this type of industry?
You know, I've always been interested in and doing events my whole life. I've done everything from school fundraisers to private parties. However, during the last year, I have gone through my own personal experience and brought me to where I am today, working with women's topics.
Quite honestly, this is a personal topic that we're going into, so one that you understand very well. Let me ask you, obviously today in society, it's an exciting time for people to be around, especially women with technology, a lot of opportunities for women. It can also be kind of an overwhelming time. Is that what you're out there finding with women?
I'm actually finding that there is a point in time where it is extremely overwhelming, where through all the years of being a professional, career person, or a stay-at-home mother, women find a place where they've done it all and are asking, now what? And they see themselves at a particular age, looking forward, you still have another 25 to 30 years. The question is, what do you do? How do you find it?
I'm always amazed that we start out in high school, we go on to college. In both of those schools, we have counselors that can help us, walk us through the path. Then all of a sudden, when we're done with the career and we're ready to really start focusing on ourselves, we don't have much help in that area. Is that what the workshops were intended for?
Exactly. The most current one is really focusing on how to find out what's next, as well as letting go of what the past has been, learning how to say no.
So we're talking about women who are quite honestly rethinking their passions again.
Exactly.
Getting out of that role that they might have played, be it a wife, a mother, a daughter, career professional, now focusing on themselves and saying, what do I want to do?
Exactly. I think there is a subset of women in this age group that, you know, it could be anywhere from 45 up, that really realize there's something more. There's more to do, and they get so excited. They get excited, but they can't find their passion, and that's frustrating. So they have all this energy and all this motivation, but at the same time, they're struggling with anxiety about how do I step out of it? How do I find it? What's my first step?
Speaking of stepping out, you're the originator of Unlock Who You Are. Basically, you talk about starting this journey of your second half of your adult life. Exactly. Tell me with me a little bit what they're going to learn in the workshop.
Basically, through the speakers and interactive presentations, they will be exploring how to let go of injunctions. The first speaker of the day will actually be a motivational, inspirational speaker who I was able to view just a piece of her work, and I left the day feeling like nothing was going to get in my way. So positive, ready to go, and that's how I want the day to start. The keynote speaker will talk about how to explore your passions, how to find them. And finally, towards the end of the day, we'll have a piece on journaling. How do you journal?
Wonderful. So you've partnered up basically with some speakers that are on the same page, if you will, of what you're trying to explore with women. But it sounds like to me when we're talking about workshop, it's really interactive. It's more than just learning and listening. They're quite honestly getting their hands dirty, walking away with some tools that they're able to implement, and basically something that is going to be useful down the road.
So true. In fact, the way the workshops are designed are to integrate movement, interactive presentations, education, lecture, and of course a piece of health. The pieces of the workshop are important.
Let's break it down a little bit here. We spoke a little bit about the keynote speakers. We spoke about the speakers as far as motivational. But quite honestly, you are covering topics for women, body, mind, a complete package. Let's go into the how you're able to integrate movement. Why is movement important, and why did you decide to incorporate that?
Movement is so important because it keeps people focused, keeps them motivated for the rest of the day. The day starts off with a movement. As far as it may be yoga or Pilates, but it focuses in on the person that's attending. No outside pressures, no outside thoughts, just them, because the day is for the individual.
Why the interest? Why did you want to team up with Key Events?
Key Events felt to me like a very holistic way of going about bringing women together. And when women come together in community, it does something to their sense of isolation with the kinds of questions that they have at midlife. So it has shaped up to be just a really wonderful, rich kind of a day, where there's movement, there's writing, they'll be interactive, they will be answering questions for themselves. These are questions that come up at various points in life. I think starting at 45 and from then on, whether you're in the workplace, whether you've been a stay-at-home mom, whether you're single, whether you're married, we have found that the questions about meaning and purpose and joy and engaging creativity are there for everyone.
Is this really a need that you see out there for women?
It's a huge need.
I think Eileen at Key Events, she really does have a mission beyond just creating events. She wants each event to be life-changing and significant and relevant. And the speakers I've worked with Eileen through Key Events share that mission. We want to be relevant.
And let me ask you this, being local businesswoman yourself, you were locally trained here in Colorado, got your education here. How important is giving back to the community?
That is one key part of Key Events as a whole. Each workshop that's done, each seminar has got to have a piece that gives back to the community. Some of the local organizations, such as The Gathering Place, Dress for Success, Warren Village, anything that supports women that are struggling, that are trying to get back on their feet. Each event will have either a silent auction, a drawing, a collection, something to give back, because I feel if people are here, they're here to help themselves, but at the same time, once you feel you've got a path, you're so wanting to help someone else.
Speaking of helping others, let's say, for instance, we have a viewer out there or a business out there that wants to be involved. Are they able to sponsor an event like this as well?
Absolutely. On my website, it has a complete sponsor page and what to do about sponsoring for any event that's coming up.
Folks, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is her website. On the website, you're going to get a clearer idea of some of the workshops they have out there. You can also see the date. You can even go right online, book that workshop as well, and get an idea. You can also connect with her on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, she'll share with you a lot of the articles that she finds of interest. You can also reach out to her on Facebook, be part of a group there, because quite honestly, this is an organization of women that are working together, that are understanding that it's time to focus on them. Obviously, this is a great start for you to do it as well. You're helping women out there. You're teaming up with organizations that help women. We want to reach out to you and make sure folks know about you. Folks, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen. What you're going to see is her website. And keep in mind, this is Key Events LLC. She is the originator of Unlock Who You Are. And basically, like she says, it's not a crisis, it's midlife. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.